Wild pepper, or long pepper as it was previously known, has been a traditional crop of Meghalaya for probably the last 100 years. It is one of those long neglected or forgotten crops, but actually very remunerative as well as a kind of livelihood crop for many farmers, especially in the warmer areas of the state. And warmer areas of the state means primarily concentrated in the East Khasi Hills districts on the borders of Bangladesh, certain parts of Garo Hills, and also certain small parts of Ribhai. Our engagement with wild pepper started way back in 2021, and this was brought about by an interesting fact that we noticed, especially during COVID, where through the iTeams network, we noticed that there was a spike in demand for this species of wild pepper, which at that point of time was being called long pepper, which then led us in the commission here to question that why is it so, and what is unique about this pepper that so many people are asking for it. So therefore we had a small, in 2020 or March of 2021, we had a small meeting with long pepper growers as well as traders, whereby we sought to understand what is the extent of cultivation and whether any organized efforts had been put in place to sort of encourage this cultivation. And then we realized that there was no scheme, there was no intervention, organized intervention in this aspect. And people were actually just basically cultivating it in the wild, and a lot of people were also collecting it from the wild because apparently it grew well here in the Khasi Hills. That was a starting point. Simultaneously, a decision was taken by the commission to actually put in place an organized cultivation and propagation program for this particular spice.
Uni wild pepper kum ka kerteng hi ude basumi hi saklang ba khandiat kinong rap ho ki thong tang balong da dei e babon ki jaka ba ki thong henrei ude ubaya dor bha namar ba tang ha ka shitan rai ru phila banyo kum ba ar kilo lai kilo e na wei u jingthung hado bakut ka season jong ka jingthung jong ka jingni jong tu jingthung jong ki so ti nakata kada ulong bayat yau bha bat ki nong rap ru ki kwa hi man penroi yu ni u wild pepper mo yu Sohmarit Khlaw namar ba ulong da wai bat kadon ru ka demand shabat wat hang ni hapori jong ni ru bat shabat ri ru. It is a viable crop because firstly it is indigenous to this Shakanika Jaka, long indigenous. Nakatakadaw ka Meghalaya Farmers Empowerment Commission kala shimi kasin jam ban penroy uni ujing thong leng ba ka jingetray lang ba research office haba kilabu iki nursery bala ban penni yakini kitan rai bangila ban sam shakinong rap.
And I'm happy to say that after a lot of trials, after a lot of effort, we were finally successful. In fact, the research office was successful in propagating this through modern methods of propagation, and whereby we were able to generate enough cuttings which were given to progressive farmers to actually propagate and multiply.
The shigini tanjungi Kidai gitan gi basai so ak di sisa kumdo ban rep yu Sohmarit Khlaw ngi sene ngim juya daya thung ngim ju daya pencitom ndai ngi sumat be yaga Khlaw Sohmarit ulami nak ta kadaw ngi ong Sohmarit Khlaw namar tang sumat yaga Khlaw lami di Sohmarit Khlaw ha ka biade bat ka jingle nursery yu Sohmarit Khlaw ngi sene si sinong jungi ngim pat jamlin menor ban le nursery ti ngakan mau berde hosnem ar fulai I dan iwe I officer nagtay na po agri ikong marba te ila fun yenga ila ay jengmut banle nursery yo Sohmarit Khlaw te ngalaong ikong ba ngite ngim jumlin banle nursery te ikong long te persyang ngin sa wan ban batay pi te dei haus nem arfulai abai kong yu ila ong inga kumarba te ngala sedang menele ba diwe parlok jonga te hagata ga jingle nursery kedai kasin ga menengkong keba ngampat jui menoru hadin bai kong marba ofisar la batay nga ngila persyang banle
Tendrai hagas nam 2023 nam ajar pulai lengba kajingya day ba ikong marba ibdon hapo agri te ila ajingmod ba ila penslur yang i kumkinong rab ba ngin le no kawai ka nursery ban sarai kiniki Sohmarit daka but kaba lengba ka office kajing i kaba ila ajing hikai te lengba ka te kajing hikai nakaling jog office kajing i ngila persang ban le yuni u ban perkha yuni Sohmarit lengba ka te ka but jing start lengba ka sa office kajing i kong marba tengila persang ka te snem arjar pulai tekalong sya ka jing mentoy ban lengba jong gitu gi banai gi bangila sarai gitu gi Sohmarit lengba ka tu ka jing wanra jong ikong marba ngilayo ru ban supply ngilayo ru ban supply gitu ki sembai syabar lengba ka jing shim juga office ka jong i
But then we realized something that, in fact, we were about to go out to the larger public to actually distribute these cuttings. But then we were actually advised by the local MLA of Makurwat that traditionally these cuttings are normally left to mature in the nursery for around 1 year before they are distributed, because earlier than that would result in high mortality, which we actually had observed. Even our field reports give us reports that a lot of the saplings or cuttings that were less than a year were dying.
Kapanang kong kalong sembay hoy ngi yo sembay la jong tang ba na la sara bun ki bayap ki ba im na kata kadaw ka bang siem jing mangiki nong rep Sohmarit ndai man kumbalong tak long ngim das ngo im na mar bun ki bayap ki ba im ka ba ngimi su ka ba tray ka ba plus ban tet ki tiar kum ki plastik bat kum tater
Baru ni Sohmarit udah jingtung ubah buat dan kam buat ubah du kata-kata ban penim te hanus nam ba nakaliang ikong ai ban thung te lalak ban thung haki khatwe hajar handai im pada tang san hajar te udah jingtung ba bah ban penim te nakaliang jongi kentu bang sim jing ban pen ban rap nus Sohmarit
hagan ka snam balalek ngatung khat we hajar awa im tang dru hajar te akabiader khat bak ka kam kalong ka kam ka hi na maru no Sohmarit Khlaw de we maru ba thutsen ba yap te kalong ka jing du nong hi hawa der khat bar ka batrei namar tang marsteng ba im baru bayap.
We took a decision to lift all the saplings and the cuttings from the farmers, and we transferred them to the Horticulture farm of the department in Southwest Castles, where they were kept and maintained for a period of 1 year.
Earlier, these planting materials were propagated, were raised in nurseries in the villages. We did our first distribution program for the farmers. But then, because of lack of awareness and all that, I think the response was not that good. Many of the planting materials were left here, so many were still lying here in our office. So that's when MFEC they supported us in construction of these poly houses in our farm, where we housed all these undistributed planting materials.
Last year in the month of October, under the Meghalaya Farmers Empowerment Commission, we have established 2 nurseries in our farm. One nursery is for the long pepper and one nursery is for wild pepper. The wild pepper were actually brought from different districts and blocks all over Meghalaya, and we kept them at our poly house. So the other was for mother plants of long pepper as well as bush pepper. So we have multiplied and propagated all these long pepper, which we have also distributed to the farmers.
So we sent a group of officers for training and exposure to the IISR, Kozhikode, and also to the Pangala station of IISR, whereby the scientists there, when they actually looked at the samples that were taken from here and the photographs, they said that this is not long pepper. The scientists of IISR, especially Dr. Shivakumar, scientist from Apangala station, he was very sure that it is not long pepper, it is some other species.
In October 2023, 12 officers, research officers, horticulture officers from Meghalaya, they came to IISR for training on especially long pepper and bush pepper. It was facilitated by Meghalaya Farmers Empowerment Commission. I was identified as a coordinator for their training. So when they came here, I coordinated their activities and I explained all the bush pepper and long pepper and their cultivation aspects and their uses, those things. And one day of training, I think it's on 4th day of training, when I was discussing, I remember Kang Marban was asking a question that, sir, how this hardwood can be used for multiplication of pepper, long pepper. Then I told, no, it can't be. It won't produce as hardwood, usually piper longum. Then I asked the photos from them and they showed, I felt it, no, this is not long pepper, this is not piper longum, it should be some other species.
When the officers came back with that feedback, we invited Dr. Shivakumar here, and then it was in a meeting where he presented a meeting of FPOs in 2023, where he presented his findings and with a suggestion that maybe an analysis or study of this particular plant may be taken up. Dr. Shivakumar undertook a tour of the many places, especially in West Giant Hills, East Giant Hills, and in Southwest Khas Hills, and also in East Khas Hills, where a lot of specimens were collected. And then after analysis, IISR submitted a report to us, and where it was found that this was not long pepper or Piper nigrum, which was earlier thought as a scientific name, but actually a different species altogether called Piper pipuloides. And Spices Board actually came out with a report, and they did a detailed analysis of its physiochemical properties and came out with a detailed report of how Piper pipuloides differed from Piper longum. So now we are confirmed that this is a new for Meghalaya, in the sense that it's only till 2024 that we were able to positively identify it as a new species. And so far as the literature goes, apparently Meghalaya has the largest concentration of this particular pepper. To take pipuloides forward is also to actually get this variety registered under the PPV-FRA, the Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Act, which will ensure that the communities that have been, harvesting, keeping it, preserving it for the last so many hundreds of years, get the due recognition. Probably under the PPV-FRA, we should be able to name this variety and give it a name that is representative of the state. And of course, PPV-FRA is one of the steps that can be taken in, as a precursor to moving for a geographical indication tag for the crop, because as we understand, Meghalaya is perhaps one of the very few places in the Northeast or in India that actually has large populations of this spice. Along with that, we've realized that for Meghalaya, actually the future for our farmers, in fact, to increase the returns per unit area. High value spices is one of the ways that we can actually achieve this. In fact, it was because of this wild pepper initiative that we actually, as a commission, we actually signed a collaborative MOU with the Indian Institute of Spices Research last year for more research into spice crops of Meghalaya, because as per the IISR, the Northeast and particularly Meghalaya has a wide diversity of spice crops, probably some of which have not yet been identified. The way forward, we are looking at expanding the cultivation of this Piper pupuloides. The protocols and the package of practices for its cultivation as well as its propagation has now been established, especially by the Office of the Research Officer in East Coast Sales. And we believe that with the current market demand, that the market for this particular spice will only grow. So there is potential ahead, and also there is hope that probably through this joint collaboration with IISR, we may be able to discover many new spices